So my Dave Norton, before I get started with my presentation, I have a Dave Norton story, which is my family went to the hospital at Chief Andrew Isaac Center. And they said, we can go meet later on and we'll catch up with them. And I said, okay. And we got together later on, and it turned out it was Dave Norton's daughter, Gail Norton, who's a physician at Chief Andrew Isaac Clinic. So the family relationship and connection continues, Dave, even into the later generations. She grew up and went to school here, I think classmates with one of my daughters, and now she's a physician in Fairbanks. I think that's a cool story. I'm here also to present an award to someone who's, we're celebrating the 75th anniversary of NARL, and Dr. Jerry Brown has almost been conducting research in this area for that long. He's researching the tundra environment and the permafrost beneath it for more than 60 years. And he came here as a young earth scientist, and you saw the cover of the journal article that he authored, a piece of the has become the Barrow Environmental Observatory, and visited the site and observed changes over time. And years later, now almost 60 years later, we put some survey markers out there and continued the monitoring of that place. So Jerry has been the lead and first researcher and lead author of revisiting tundra through time. And in addition to that, he served as president of the International Permafrost Association. He studied the active layer and was the father of the active layer monitoring program. If you think about the active layer, for those of you who aren't into permafrost, it's maybe me and Jerry, but the part of the ground that freezes and thaws every year above the permafrost, that's the active layer. And one would think in a warming environment that the active layer should grow thicker and thicker with time, that puddles should become deeper and deeper, or that shrubs should be and grasses should grow bigger and bigger. Well, Jerry was part of the group of people testing that hypothesis and seeing if it pans out. And he's still involved in the research there today. He's been presented with many awards, international awards. He developed the circumpolar Arctic permafrost map that shows where the permafrost exists and all around the circumarctic and even into the mountainous regions of the subarctic. He's a friend of Barrow. He's a friend of the Barrow Environmental Observatory. He was, I just happened to be around and help him carry out his wishes to convince the village corporation to establish the environmental observatory. And there's more than 7,000 acres of land set aside specifically for continuing research. I was the board president of our local nonprofit science support consortium at the time, and he directed me to build a fence around it and to put signs every 50 or so meters so that everyone would know that the environmental observatory exists. And I didn't quite comply with his wishes, but the observatory still stands today. Jerry, this award is for you, a lifetime of research that continues through this very day. The Arctic Science Research and Science Achievement Award is given to you, Jerry Brown. Thank you.
Richard, can you hear me? I'm having trouble with both camera and audio.
I can hear you.
Okay, well, you don't get to...
Jerry, you're cutting on and off. I hope you can hear me.
Then, Richard, thanks so much to do with a lot. You get the video with you in person. This would be my 65th year. So I only had 10 more years to go for the 75th. So with that, I'll just simply accept the award and thank everyone. And you'll be hearing a little bit from me tomorrow about the CEO.
Thank you, Jerry. Round of applause.